2 years, 2.5
Did you get physically damaged?
Yeah.
How did you stay so disciplined?
Yeah.
How do you get over that phase? I'm pretty sure everybody in the audience and the viewer right now. So you were 27 when you started this, right? I genuinely thought I genuinely thought you were 35. I mean 32, 34.
Yes.
Well, how old were you when you made your first million? Cash or crypto?
Cash.
Cash or gold?
Gold.
Are you originally from Cincinnati?
Because you got some kids that parents just give.
Yep. They never learn.
And they never learn. And I'm doing the job.
Right.
So I decided I'm doing it on my own.
All right. How are you doing, Mr. Eric?
How you doing, Rome?
I'm doing all right.
That's great.
So for the viewers that are watching right now, we have been trying to make this podcast work for several months. Mr. Eric finally has time to come and have a little chat. And everybody, welcome to the Roman podcast. And as well, Mr. Eric, welcome to the Romans podcast.
Thank you for the invite.
So before we even start the video, I would really like to thank Brother Shahir, the cameraman coming all the way from Columbus, took time out of his day to help us record. And we have Mr. Eric today, so please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Eric Payne, CEO, owner, Model 1 Construction, owner of E-Spec Home Inspections, and CEO of a Digital Dumpster.
Digital Dumpster.
Uh-huh.
So just out of curiosity, how many companies do you own?
Right now, 4. So we got a real estate investment, got the construction company, inspection company, dumpster company.
Which one have you put the most amount of effort in out of those? And which one is the first one you started? Inspection companies.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You were telling me you did inspection for how many, you still doing inspections to this day, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you? So first you got inspection. Which company out of those 4 has made you the most profit?
Actually, right now, probably inspections.
Inspections?
Because it's older than the construction company.
Is it?
Yes.
But how does a one man make more money in inspection when you own? We're gonna tell the viewers how much what you own and what you do, but how does a man make that much money profit just in inspection? Well, you have several businesses. You have construction company, right? The Model 1 that's evaluated over 10 million by now.
Yes.
Right. And then you also have construction. You also have real estate properties,
yes.
Right? Rental properties. But how do you generate more money from inspection?
Well, just over a time period when I first started being entrepreneurship, that was the first business I started. So it just had more longevity than Model 1 construction.
Okay.
Model 1 construction is actually more lucrative than E-Spec right now.
It is lucrative.
Yes.
So my friend did want me to ask you this rapid question before we even start the podcast fully.
Okay.
So we're gonna go rapid fire round. So are you ready?
Yes.
We need you to answer this question quickly as possible. Chicken or steak?
Steak.
Cash or crypto?
Cash.
Cash or gold?
Gold.
Pro-life or not?
Pro-life.
Kamala or Trump?
Trump.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl.
Night owl. City life or countryside?
City.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Instagram or Twitter? X, now known as X.
Actually, I don't do neither, but it probably would be Instagram.
Instagram.
Yes.
Do you like social time or alone time?
Social.
Social. So, where were you born at? Are you originally from Cincinnati?
No.
Where are you from?
Lorain, Ohio.
Where?
Lorain, Ohio.
Lorain, Ohio.
West side of Cleveland, west suburb of Cleveland.
Is it did you grow up in the suburb, the hood area, the high-end area?
It was low-income housing.
Low-income housing?
Yes.
How much did your family make when you were growing up? Do you know?
Less than $20,000.
A year?
Yes.
What was the biggest challenge for you to overcome your situation in that time of your life?
Age.
Age? What do you mean by that, age?
I know when I got 18, grown, I was able just to get out and I already had my mindset of what I wanted to do, and
Right.
that's all I was waiting on. Just maintain until I reached that maturity age.
So did you always want to do this type of work in life, or did you had separate goals? Because you did tell me you are a trackster, right?
Right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You told me you ran you set a record for high school or something like that.
Yes.
Can you tell the viewers? Everybody thinks that people that are entrepreneurs or people that have businesses like you do and accumulated this much wealth as you do, they believe that they're just lazy or like physically lazy. You know, there's a difference between mental strength and physical strength. But I want
Well, you have to have the inner strength. So the inner strength is basically give you the knowledge and the goal of want to succeed. So basically I knew I wanted to be successful.
Right.
And my first plan was how can I get to college, and it was sports. So I wanted football, and then at the end, when it was time to get it, I switched.
Did you?
Switched to track.
What made you
And-
switch?
Because playing football and playing basketball, you can't major in what you want to major in.
Oh, you can't.
No, you got to listen to them. So track, baseball, wrestling, you can major in what you want to major in. When you play basketball and football, they kind of control you. It's kind of like
Okay.
slavery. If you notice a lot of football and basketball players, some of the degrees and things they go to school for, is kind of like low end degrees.
Is that why most I've heard this from many people, including my friend that's watching us right now, Crinzo. He was telling me a lot of these basketball players end up broke after their retirement, so they're not allowed to study their field they want to. They have to listen to the.
Yes, you have about 5 different degrees you can go for. One was criminal justice, communications, physical education, and a few more like lower end degrees. So basically, you were told to take those classes because you can stay eligible to play.
Right.
So if you took some harder classes like engineering, or we want to be a doctor or a Microsoft tech or whatever, those are more strenuous classes. So that wasn't gonna work out. Not being a basketball or football player, now it could be some. Like if you go to Division III school, you might be able to sneak it by. But Division I, and you're a main athlete.
I mean, Division I is pretty hard. Yes.
Yes.
So, did you set records in high school or was it college for track?
Actually, both.
Did you do long distance or short?
Middle distance and sprints.
You set records in high school and college?
Yes.
And I don't know if I remember this correctly. You did go to Ohio State, right?
Went to Ohio State and Vincennes University.
Wow. So what was your record in high school and the records you set in high school and then college?
High school, I ran a 49, 48s in high school and the 400 meters. When I got to college, I ran 46.
So you did beat. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So what major did you study in college?
Chemical engineering.
How does this all play in role? Well, what made you go and do chemical engineering? What is chemical engineering for the people that don't know?
Chemical engineering is chemical processes where, you work in a chemical plant, kind of like research and development. You're just making product to make products. So
how'd you end up from chemical to Model 1 construction?
Well, the chemical plant that I worked for had an accident. Tank blew up. We was doing the research of some biodiesel fuel, and the tank blew up, and me and a few other workers got hurt. I was out of commission for about 2 years. So after that, I decided I got to do something else. So they offered to send us back to school for free. So I ended up going for civil engineering, and then got into the building trades and inspections and construction. And I kind of knew about construction already because I was actually doing it as a youth.
Oh, were you?
I was working for the housing authority in the summer maintenance program. So I learned how to, hang drywall and knew the different sizes.
So your first goal, what was your first goal? Civil engineer. I mean, you said chemical engineering, chemical research.
It was chemical engineering.
So that's what you wanted to do mainly in life. But
Yes.
God has plans for everybody. It took you a different turn, huh?
Correct.
So, Lord, man, apologize. So, one of the things we did want to know is that how did you start your Model 1 company? Because Model 1 company, if I'm not sure about, or I do believe it's the biggest company in Cincinnati, right?
No, it's not. It's my biggest company, but it's small compared to a lot of big companies in Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati, there's bigger companies than Model One.
Oh yeah.
Are there?
Yes.
Do you at least rank in the top 10?
Probably not.
No.
Maybe on, for minority business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of companies, but a lot of companies do a lot of different things. Construction. Right. Every construction company does not do broad base. They just specialize in certain areas.
So, based on starting, how did you accumulate your first $100,000?
Well, I was getting decent contracts.
So, was it all through inspection?
No.
No?
No. So, it's people that knew me
mm-hmm.
from doing inspections. And then when I started Model 1 Construction, when I told all my customers I'm going into full-fledged construction,
all right.
They started using me for construction also. So I kind of had a name out there already
mm-hmm.
and built on from there.
So how was it like for you to make your first 100,000? How old were you when you made your first 100K?
About 27.
27?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's pretty late to make $100,000. I thought you were going to say something younger. I expected much younger, but 27, I mean, everybody has their time and place for everything, right? So when did you feel like you actually made it to where you're like, okay, I'm actually successful? How much money did you think when you were like, okay, here, I actually made it in life? To me, right now, if I make $1 million, I don't think I'm going to be rich, but I can be like, okay, I'm actually there.
Actually, right now is right now.
Right now?
Even though I've been
because I know you're worth way over $1 million right now.
Even though I've been successful in the past, had some small hiccups, but really, I'm more of a professional now because I've been in it so long.
Right.
So now I know the ins and outs. So it's not money that makes success, it's knowledge.
Right.
So I have the
Perfect
most
way to say
knowledge
it.
right now. So it's not the money, it's knowledge.
It's knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, so talking about financially off, what number was it that made you feel like, okay, I'm financially off?
Well, put it this way. Everybody think, because you say you're worth $1 million or got $1 million, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe back in the 90s, early 2000s.
Right.
It was, but it's totally different now. A lot of people got $1 million.
Right.
A lot.
A lot of people do.
So I wouldn't say you're very successful with $1 million. Can you go buy a house cash right now? That's gone.
Yeah.
Real estate's going right now. You can go buy a car for $150,000. So you're gonna need more than $1 million.
But when did you feel like you've made it financially off? What number? Can you give me a number by chance?
I can give you a year, maybe 6 years ago.
5, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
So you can't give me no numbers right now?
That's
okay.
About 2017.
Give me high or low, okay? 5 million.
Company's worth more than that.
No. You, as an individual, feel like you've made it there financially.
I would say about 10.
10?
Yeah.
And you said that you acquired 10 to 12 million in 4 years ago, you said?
Up to now.
Up to now?
From the last 4 to 5 years, yes.
4 to 5 years, huh? So during all this setbacks in your life, what was the biggest setbacks you had? Starting, the biggest company that you're proud of is Model 1, right?
Yes.
Right. What's the biggest setback you had in any company? But I'm pretty sure it has to do with Model 1 because it is the biggest company you own.
Well, fortunately, with the Model 1, I haven't had any. I had some small setbacks, but nothing big.
Mm-hmm.
So, and part of that is knowing what to do.
Which company did you have most setbacks in?
Well, I would say I really didn't have none, really.
You didn't have no.
I mean,
you definitely had a huge setback. You said during you switching majors and your chemical engineering gone. Was that the biggest setback you had?
Well, biggest setback that I had actually was when I got hurt.
Did you? When was that? in high school?
No, that was in 2000 and I think 14.
Oh, with the
13.
nuclear plant?
Yes. So I really couldn't do nothing for like 2 years, 2.5.
Did you get
years.
physically damaged?
I had like chemical sensitivity, so I had the light bothered my eyes. So that's why I wear hats now because.
Oh, is that why?
Yes.
I always see you wear a hat. Every time I see you, I've never seen you without a hat.
Yes, because of the light sensitivity bothers me. And I didn't wear glasses back then either. So I physically couldn't really do nothing for those 2 years, but it did give me opportunity to go back to school. And I studied. I took up different things. And then when I came up out of it, then this is where I'm at.
Do you believe college is worth it in today's society?
Yes.
Do you still feel it? Do you believe in college still?
Yes. Because you will need the business, organizational skills. You will need the communication skills. You will need, math. You will need definitely just how to communicate with people, and you need some type of, you have to have some type of process to keep your business rolling, and that helps.
See, one thing that's really hard for anyone to do, including myself, probably you've struggled through this. I'm pretty sure everybody that I know has went through this trials and tribulations. So one thing that always holded me down was discipline, right? So I tried drop shipping and tried multiple things in my life that could have led to me succeeding further in my life. But I've always, as soon as I get one setback, I stop, right?
Yeah.
How did you stay so disciplined? And how did you always motivate yourself? Because sometimes I wake up sometimes and I'm like, what is this all for?
Yeah.
How do you get over that phase? I'm pretty sure everybody in the audience and the viewer right now are wondering, how did someone from your background, someone that came from your status of life, made it to that high? You know what I mean? You're pretty high for everybody.
I always had motivation. So everybody always don't have motivation, but I did, and I always wanted to succeed. Reason being, I don't know if I was actually born with it or was it the situation that I was in. And I think it was kind of both. I always wanted to succeed, and I also wanted to get out of my situation. I didn't want to live in public housing and different things like that. And I lived in public housing.
Did you grow up in Section 8?
Well, Section 8, but it was like low, subsidized rents, where your rent's going to be lower. It's not Section 8, but they kind of go by your income. So if you make $13,000 a year, we're only going to charge you $150 a month in rent.
So neighborhood must be pretty bad.
Actually, it wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was the projects, but it wasn't like some projects in certain areas.
Right.
So actually, it was the funnest time of my life at that point.
So where does the motivation and the discipline come from? Because of your setbacks? I mean, because of where you grew up? Is that why, or that's the only reason, or?
Well, the motivation, I think I was actually born with that. Because I always had a goal that I want to succeed.
So you either have it or don't.
Some people can have it early in life and lose it. Some people can not have it and then get it later on.
Right.
It just depends what's going on. I always had motivation. It was some minor slip-offs where, you can get derailed, but I kind of stuck to the path. Even when it wasn't working out, it's like you say, some people get derailed and jump to something else. I still stuck with it.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure I've told you this more than once, but I really appreciate you. Every time we have a conversation, I learn something new, right? You're the first person that ever motivated me into purchasing my first rental house, doing anything in my life. And when I look at you, you present yourself so properly and well that you motivate people like me. And you might hear this a lot, but you genuinely motivate anybody that comes from a low-end class. You looking at you where you're at in life, you genuinely motivate people. And I really appreciate you coming, talking to us. I appreciate you. I thank God that I was able to cross paths with you in my life, because at that time when I had so many setbacks in my life. I mean, I can't get into all that, it's personal, but having all those setbacks and all those things made me feel like I couldn't do nothing. I'm not worth anything in my life. And then seeing somebody like you, seeing how you operate, seeing how you talk, just the way you represent yourself, you're so proper, so respectful, and you're so smart. And then the more we talk, the more knowledge I gain from you. And then I really appreciate you helping me through all the transaction and with everything. You helped me with the legal papers and everything. So I really do appreciate you. Pretty sure you helped a lot of people out. It's hard to find good people in this life nowadays. It really is. So thank you for that, man.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
If you hadn't taken the construction route, what would you have taken?
Real estate.
Real estate?
Yes.
Okay, besides real estate, because beside whatever you do right now, what route would you have taken if you didn't do what you're doing right now?
If I didn't have like the skill or nothing, like to do what I'm doing right now, and I didn't get no scholarship to college, I'd have went Air Force or something like that.
If you would have went to the military?
Yes, and learned some skill up in there, and you know, that's a guaranteed retirement there. You come out and you still gonna make a good living.
In my age group, people, especially Gen Zs, there's a lot of identity crisis that's going on. And then a lot of people don't know what it's like to be a man. I know you have 4 children, right? 3 daughters and 1 son. How do you describe a good father? Or how do you describe a good man? What is a good man?
Responsibility.
Responsibility.
Yes.
Regarding?
You know, yourself and children, because basically your children look at you. And then you got to understand that parents are people before they're parents also. So, you know, a child may expect because you're their parent, things will always be right. But it's not always the truth, because, you know, parents are people too. But a lot of kids look up to their parents.
100%. Everybody, I think every man, every boy that has a proper father figure, their superhero is their father. Mine personally, I look up to my father more than any man in this world, other than Jesus, you know. But I'm pretty sure you have a son, right?
Yes.
Is he well loved financially?
He's doing okay. He's just now getting to his entrepreneurship right now. I showed him some things, and he's doing pretty good. So I'm proud of him right now.
I mean, having somebody like you as a father is definitely it's definitely very, very, very helpful to the connection and the people that you know. So regarding the recent election, you said you did like Trump, right?
Yes, you know, Trump, we know a little about him. You know, he's more business.
Right.
On the Harris campaign, I didn't know too much about her. I think it was just it was a rush. It was a last minute decision.
Right, I thought so too.
So I think a lot of people just didn't really have enough time to
understand who she was.
And I think that's what happened.
Did you vote for Trump back in 2016?
Well, I won't tell what I voted for.
It's in public records. Type in Eric last name.
Yeah.
So are you for the Second Amendment, or do you carry a, or no? Do you carry?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you carry? So you are for the Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is that's good. So regarding the recent allegations with Diddy, well, what is your thoughts in Diddy's? Are you in tune with what's going on right now, or you just don't care about what's going on?
You know, I see it. I just think everybody's innocent to proven guilty.
Right.
You know, just have to let it play out. And
I mean, I think there was video circulating that Diddy was beating his woman up in the hotel. That was a real video. But like you said, innocent until proven guilty. I think a lot of people nowadays, they just go based on allegations and don't think for themselves and be like, okay, mainstream media said this, let me just listen to what they said, not thinking about with their own eyes and listening to their own ears.
Right.
So, what was the most amount of money you made in a year?
Over $1 million.
Over $1 million?
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be over $1 million, but over 5 million or lower? I mean, no, 3 million. Over 3 or lower 3?
Oh, lower, about up in here, but that don't mean you get it all though. You know, you got to pay people, and you got a lot of stuff you got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
When is the most memorable part of your life regarding your business? When is something like, okay, I made it this far. Let's see how far I can expand.
Well,
So you said you started with, you started with looking at people how inspection, right?
yes.
What gave you the more drive to switch into construction? Because I mean, it's kind of similar, but at the same time, there's still a big risk, right?
Well, what made me switch, because I ended up working for a construction company as a senior project manager. So with a senior project manager, what we do is basically we run the whole project.
Right.
So, and I was seeing that the checks that I was turning in to the
Okay.
owner, I said, wait a minute,
I can make that, right?
I'm doing this myself, and I'm giving the checks to him, and I'm doing the job.
Right.
So I decided I'm doing it on my own.
Right. Which makes sense. You went for a go. A lot of people are scared to try anything in life. So you weren't scared at all?
No. That's why I tell people you can't be scared of nothing. You just got to do it. Like Nike says,
Just do it.
it.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
everybody thinks that societal, responsibility, family responsibility, they want to take a risk, but it's hard for them because of their family, society. It holds them back. I have a very close friend of mine. He works from a 9 to 5 every day, but I tell him to try something else. But he's very nervous or scared to try anything because of the fact that if he fails, it's dishonoring because we're Asians, it's dishonoring his family members, and it doesn't look good in the society aspect. So what do you think about that? Because I know Americans, they're most lenient towards society. It's more open in America. Like you can do whatever, and no one will really, you know what I mean, judge. But especially in Asian community or any communities other than Americans, it's really hard for a lot of people to do it. But like you said, if you want to do it, you'll just do it.
Now, you gonna get judged, believe me.
Did you?
You will get judged.
Who did you get the biggest criticism from?
You get it from people you know, and you get it from people that you don't know. When you make it, you're gonna get it.
Who was your number one supporter doing all this?
Like when I first started,
Yeah.
I mean, really wasn't that.
There was nobody that supported you?
No.
So every penny you dropped into your business, you started yourself.
Back then, yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Do you see a lot of people that wants to become a part of your life now because of how far you've made it in life?
There's some changes.
Some changes?
Yes.
How do you deal with those people that weren't there at the beginning, but now they want to hand up?
You deal with them like I dealt with before.
How did you deal with them?
It is what it is. It's the same, I don't mean that you dog people or, treat people mean, but I think you should stick to who you was with.
Right.
Your family, your friends.
I mean, I'm not as far off as you in life, but I do have some phone calls a couple of months apart asking for financial help. And I'm just like, when I needed help, no one was there to help me other than my brother. My brother is the reason where I'm at right now. And you see all these people popping out of nowhere. Now they hear something you did in life that made you some money. Now everybody wants to come in your life. It's pretty ironic. You just be like, wow, where were you at all those days? I'm looking for you.
You get it. I get it all the time.
Do you? I mean, somebody your caliber, oh my God, I can't imagine. I'm not even, I haven't even made my first million yet. And I get calls. You way crossed over, just one of your companies worth over 10. I know I know you don't want to answer this question, but what is your net worth? Just so for the people to know.
I don't know.
give it an estimate. Just give it an estimate value. If you have 4 companies, and one of your companies worth over $10 million, how much would be your net worth? Because I know you told me that you own 26 units of properties, right?
No, not 26.
How many do you own?
Not 26. Yeah.
You don't want to disclose that?
I got a few, but not 26. No. Yeah.
If you could just give a roundup number, whichever you feel comfortable with, your net worth, what would your net worth be?
I don't know. I'm gonna say $1 million. Yeah.
One of your companies worth 10 million. Your net worth is worth 1 million.
Hey, but you don't get all that.
No, I completely understand. You don't want to share everything in the internet, right?
You don't get all that. It's like if you're the owner of the Bengals or the Cleveland Browns, you sell that company, you sell a team, you're not going to get everything. You get a net worth. It just,
That's what I'm saying. What would you accumulate your net worth to be?
yeah, I don't know.
You don't know? So you were 27 when you started this, right?
No, I was 27 when I made my first 100,000. Yes.
Well, how old were you when you made your first million? Liquid, I mean profit-wise, not just after tax or nothing like that.
Overall, probably late 30s.
Late 30s. How old are you now?
Yeah, 53, 54. Yeah.
I genuinely thought
Coming up.
I genuinely thought you were 35. I mean 32, 34.
You did?
Yeah, all this time I've known each other. I've known you for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
Almost 2.5 years, and I thought you were 34, 35. You wear a hat. I don't really see your gray hair. I guess that's probably why.
I don't got no grades yet, but they coming. I'm sure, racking up here. I got a few. I got a few right here.
No, I see the beard, but I did not expect you to be 54 years old. Oh my God. You talk with such youthfulness in your voice. I never once thought you were 54, because when you speak like a young man. You speak like somebody that can represent themselves in any situation in life. You don't speak like an old man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm shocked now.
Hey, I ain't old yet. I'm getting there. I'm moving up a little bit.
You are. Which children has made you the most proud, Grandpa? Which children has made you the most proud so far?
All of them. They're all
of them.
They all motivated and they're all doing something. So that's good. You got to understand that when your kids are successful, it takes more pressure off of you as a parent. And that's what you don't understand, because everybody think just because they're young, you're watching over them. But actually, it can get worse the older they get, because they out there, you can't see them, and there's some
weird
things out there,
So my mom always tells me I'm the problem child. I don't really listen to her and stuff like that. Which child did you have the most hard time dealing with? Was it the boy?
The boys. It's always going to be the boys.
So you have two boys or one boy?
One boy.
One boy and 3 girls, right? Is he the youngest by chance?
No, he's the oldest, second oldest.
Second oldest.
Yeah. But he's the oldest, yeah. So here's the thing. Boys with the dads, it's kind of vice versa sometimes too. You got your daughters and the mothers get into it.
Right.
The sons and the dads get into it.
100%. Me and my dad get into it.
And it's crisscross.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've never really got into it with my mom. Me and her always seem to fix everything, but me and my dad is always like neck to neck. And it's like cats and dogs all the time. And I'm just like, how did your kids deal with how much you... So imagine if my father was rich, which my father was never rich. We grew up in the same situation, you and me. How did they deal with when you become this successful in your life financially, right? Because societal aspects of success is basically financially. If you ask anybody, well, how do you describe success in life? They will say financially, but you've said knowledge, right? And I have heard some people say knowledge, but most people accumulate success through finance. How did your kids deal with that, knowing that their father was successful financially?
Well, they say their dad work all his life, and that's good to see. I went to work every day, at good corporate job, so they kind of seen, I was motivated to do some things, and, we had a nice home and nice cars and stuff, so they kind of seen some things, but later on in life, it's a little different.
Right. I mean, they got to get it on their own, right?
Well, you got to help the kids, but you also got to make them and show them to get on their own. Because what if it's just not there? Because you got some kids that parents just give.
They never learn.
And they never learn. And then if they lose it, they can't get it back. Do you got the knowledge to lose it and get it back? I got that type of knowledge. If I lose everything, I know how to get it back.
So if you lose all your $50 million net worth, you can get it all back. That's what someone was telling me. If you're scared to spend what you have, you never made none. Do you know what I mean?
You're working for a reason.
Right.
Do things, get things you want, help out your peers and different things like that. But some people go crazy when they make money.
Right.
You
Were you ever in that track of life like, oh my God, I've made this much, man? Because what I've thought when I was younger, when I was 16 years old, I'm 21 now. When I was 16 years old, I was like, I haven't made a million yet, but I was like, when I make my first million, I'm gonna get a Lamborghini and get and now I'm adding everything up. You can't buy shit with $1 million. You can barely buy anything with $1 million anymore.
Right.
The inflation level is so bad right now, so high. Inflation is so high right now. Just like, you can't buy shit no more.
$1 million, like I said, you got homes for $700,000.
Right.
And you got cars for $100 and some thousand. You got cell phones for $1,800. You know,
You just purchased a new phone, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a new phone. It was $1,800.
$1,800.
Galaxy Flip.
Flip.
Yeah, thing.
So Android or Apple?
That's an Android. I got an Apple too.
No. What do you like? What do you prefer, Android or Apple?
Well, I like Apple.
Yeah.
And put it this way: when I first started getting cell phones, I started off with Android. I didn't want an Apple.
Right.
Then I got the Apples. Then I didn't want an Android. But they do different things.
Right.
You know, so some things Android will let you do that Apple won't.
Right. I mean, I feel like there's too many I do own an iPhone, but I feel like iPhone has too many restrictions with anything. A lot of websites are blocked. Apple's secure at the same time. They're tracked too much.
Yes, they do.
So.
Well, I always say if you ain't doing nothing, you don't have to worry about getting tracked. You should be all right with it. Sometimes it might be a good thing.
Right. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to. I would love for you to answer this question.
Uh-huh.
What's the most single transaction amount have you spent or invested in something? What's the most amount of money you've spent in a single transaction? Just one single transaction.
About 40,000.
40,000.
Yeah.
Expected it to be much more. What was it on?
Materials.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, for construction.
Uh-huh.
For yourself, like regarding the real estates you own, what's the most amount of money you've spent it? Because I know it's up there, man.
No.
I don't want to disclose anything that you don't want to disclose.
No, I haven't. Actually, I really haven't bought nothing like that. You know, I haven't bought nothing like that.
How many rental properties do you own?
Right now, we got 4. Yeah.
You got 4 rental properties. And what was the most expensive rental property you own?
About 120,000.
120,000.
Yeah.
So regarding other than real estate properties or anything regarding business, leave that to the side. What's the most amount of money you've spent on yourself, dealing with car, clothes, trips?
Well, haven't been able to go on no trips, so hopefully I can and do that. Cars.
Are you a workaholic?
Workaholic.
I felt that too. I'm like,
Yeah.
You're always working. I've never seen you where you've not dressed up as a Model 1 where you're not working. Every day I see you, you're always working or on the move. You come get your things done and just go. You don't chit chat with nobody. You're on a mission. Once you get that done, you go to the next one. So how much did the Mercedes Benz you drove in here cost?
I don't know.
No, I get it. No. If some things don't feel like telling, it's all right. So, if there was a quote that you live by, right?
Uh-huh.
What would you say? Like a quote that really motivates you?
Well, living up here, winter coat. So we got to have a winter coat.
No.
know.
A quote, like
Yeah.
basically saying a phrase that motivates you.
Yeah.
Early to
I
bed,
get
early
you.
to rise, make a man young, healthy, and wise. That's one of my favorite quotes.
Well, you know what? Old and wise.
Old and wise. At this age, I would say the same thing.
Because you're not wise. You're in a world of hurt.
Right.
At any age, really. Especially as you get older. Because I see people that's, 60, 70, something that's, still lost.
What do you think the kids, young minds, have a problem with nowadays?
Discipline, for one.
Discipline.
Some of the things that's out now, video games, cell phones. We didn't have that stuff. I think when I was leaving high school, we had pagers. And we was happy with that. We thought we were it. But kids discipline, just discipline.
Just when you think they like discipline more than anything.
And then parenting, one parent missing, one parent there. And sometimes
A whole family household does make a difference, 100%.
yeah, sometimes you can live with a parent and they ain't there either.
Right.
So
Were you there since you were a workaholic?
I worked a lot.
But were you always
I
there
was
for your children?
Yes. But I worked a lot. And I was gone a lot. That was just nature of the hours of working. But
So if you had a message to give, not just the minority community, for everybody that's watching our video, what would be the message from you?
well, everybody want to make it. Everybody want to be rich. Everybody want to be successful. However, most people find their success on something that they never thought about doing before.
Wow, that's deep.
And that's where it's at.
There's a quote, they say, you find success in something you've always been running away from or hiding from. Wow, what do you think about that? A lot of people know they can do something, but they don't try it.
They're afraid. They want to stick in their comfort mode.
Right.
So, I met this guy. I offered him a job. He said, I tried tow motors. I said, yeah, but you can do this. It pays more, because he said he wanted to make more money. He said, no, I only drive tow motors, and that's it. That's all I do. And,
Older person or younger? Young.
He was middle-aged.
Middle-aged.
And he didn't want to do it, because he thought maybe he couldn't succeed at something else. You got to stick to what he know. And most people that kind of stick to what they know, basically, to me, already gave up in life.
Right. Because you want to live in a comfort zone. 100%.
Yes.
Me being no knowledge about real estate, every time you talk about it, you're so charismatic when you talk about it, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy is in a place of life where I want to be in. You're the man that I want to become in my life, right? Presentable, smart, knowledgeable, rich, And then you saying all this, it really put some little fire in my mind. I'm like, I'm working every day 9 to 5. If I don't do something on the side or try to do anything in my life, I will never make it anywhere in my life. If I just want to be a bum, I'll just work at a convenience store for the rest of my life and not do nothing with my life, making money 9 to 5. And I'm waiting for every paycheck. I'm waiting for to spend it. That's not a life that I want to live. And when I look at your life, even though you work all day, you're happy with what you're doing. A lot of people do things that they're not even happy about.
Right.
And they stay stuck in that job. And when you tell them something, it's so hard for them to move. Did you have any friends, personal friends, that you were ever like, oh, damn, he doesn't want to do nothing in his life? Did you ever have to cut off your friend? Because I feel like I'm in one of my life right now. I'm asking you because you're older and wiser. You are an old man. I can call you old man now. Didn't know you were 54, right? So I have a friend that's such a great friend, right? Amazing person. But it doesn't seem like you want to do nothing positive or driven in life. He just wants to be a 9 to 5 Joe. And something like I'm trying to walk away from in life. At the same time, he's been there a lot. You know what I mean? That person's been there a lot for me.
Well, you still got to keep the friendship, explain to him, that good idea for him to try something else, and tell him why.
Right.
So once you tell somebody, trying to explain something to somebody, some people will listen, some people won't. Mm-hmm. So at least you done it. You tried to motivate your friend.
Right.
And, if he don't listen, then it is what it is. But, they'll probably turn around and...
Have you walked out in any of your friends during that situation? Have you had any of those type of situations where you're like, oh, my friend is a good friend, is an amazing person, but I can't be friends with him because of what he does in life?
Not necessarily. I had some, pretty decent friends, and like the friends that I grew up with, like in high school and different things like that, we kind of followed the same path.
Did you?
I moved to Cincinnati young, actually right after college, and I met friends Cincinnati, and most of the guys positive, but same like at home in Cincinnati, there was guys that just wasn't gonna
do nothing.
Like it's the same thing, or they just haven't took the opportunity to learn something early in life. And when they got to the end of their life, now they're like in a rush mode.
Yep.
trying things to make money
Procrastination.
real fast, and it's just not going to work out. You know, like you're just sitting thinking, how can you make money here? How can you do this? And it just you let time pass by. Your time has passed, and they don't got time to go learn something else because
At that age.
they need the funds now. Like, I don't got time to go to school. I need to figure something out that I need to get done now. And then they get frustrated. And sometimes, they would ask their friends for money and things like that. But you can't support that all the time.
Procrastination is so bad. I'm only 21, and everybody thinks I'm young, right? To me,
I thought you was 45. Hey, look at that.
no. Everybody thinks
Yeah.
I'm a little bit older, like 30ish, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why everybody thinks I'm way over 21, but that's fine. I don't mind. But I started my YouTube journey when I was 15 or 16 years old, 14 years old, matter of fact.
Okay.
And then I didn't see the result I wanted to see it, and I quit. Then I did it again in high school. I started from middle school, then I did it again in high school. I had some attraction, then I quit it again because of my procrastination level. I didn't have the discipline or the right mindset to keep doing what I wanted to do in my life. And then now I'm 21, feel like an older man. Anybody that's watching this video that's 21 years old, I know for a fact they're all thinking one thing: I'm old now. I'm definitely old now. I'm a grown-ass man. I gotta do this, do that. And then you find yourself like, I've wasted all my time. But I think any age is the right age to do anything you want.
Yes, with the motivation. I see people 80-some years old, 70-some years old, went back to school.
Still getting it.
graduated, Still getting it. And there's some that's not.
I'm sorry to cut you off, was there a time in your life that you procrastinated and then you regret it, but at the same time you overcame? How did you overcome that procrastination? Have you ever been through a procrastination stage in life? I'm pretty sure everybody has.
Everybody has a few times, yes. So you have to go back and look at what got you in that situation.
Right.
And correct it. Just like Bengals lost. I'm the coach. We got to go back.
They keep
We
losing.
need to go see what happened. How I'm going to correct this situation.
Right.
And you only can do one thing at a time. See, people get frustrated because they try to handle multiple situations at one time.
Wait.
They get frustrated.
I'm so sorry. So right now there's multiple things I want to do, right? Mm-hmm. I told you about what your son doing right now, right?
Yes.
I don't want to disclose that, but what your son is doing right now, I want to do that. Also, I have 2 social media companies that I'm trying to bring up. One with my close friend Krin. We're doing a Gorka Boys reaction channel, right? We react to any videos, music videos, genre, basically rap in any language, trying to be international. And then I also have a podcast where we can talk about finance, family, struggles with everybody been through, how you can overcome social structures, how you can overcome people, how you can overcome society, how you can overcome yourself. And that's why I love having great minds like you and other people. I've only had one person before this, but we're going to have way more people soon. But having people like you and making videos and actually motivating the youth to do and getting out their comfort zone, that's what I want to strive to do in this podcast. And everybody that's watching this, I want you guys to stay tuned, follow my journey. I'm going to do this for as long as I can, because one thing you can't do in today's society is procrastinate. If you're working at McDonald's right now, there's robots in California that handles McDonald's now.
Right.
Your regular average Joe jobs is getting done. You need to do a side job. You need to side hustle somehow. If you don't do that, whatever you do from 9 to 5, they're going to be taken over soon. And I truly believe that companies, especially big corporate America, is going to take over with robots. Why would you want to pay somebody every week and hear them not coming up and just hire a robot? If you're working in a 9 to 5 job, I feel like you should really do something on the side, or it's going to kill you.
Yeah, robots are real. Actually, there's robots in construction right now.
Are there?
Yes.
Oh my God. How do you feel about that? And do you think it's beneficial for average Joe? Is it harming an average Joe?
Well, it just depends what robots you get. So they got robots that install floors. Robots put roofs on, and we don't know if it's going to work out or not until you get one. But it's definitely robots in construction. It's coming like right now.
All right.
AI, yes.
It's crazy, and I'm just like, I tell my friends just try to do something else, and they're so lazy, and they're always procrastinating. Even I procrastinate 100%. We all do. We're human beings. We're bound to make mistakes, but you have to overcome that situation and those boundaries and get over the structural norms and get better at whatever you do. Challenge yourself. So, you at this time of life, you've created an online course for the people that want to know more about construction or learn more about construction, right?
Yes, it will
Or
be launched
real estate?
probably, I would say February.
February.
Yes, it was supposed to be launched already, but got behind just being so busy.
If anybody,
But it's a great course.
if anybody's watching this video in February 2025, I'll put it in the link. I'll still have connection with Eric. If anybody needs help or wants to get his course, basically a young man, an old man, I'm sorry. An old man from humble beginnings, making it way larger than life has to offer. Course. How much will the course cost?
We haven't put no price on it yet.
No price on it.
Definitely be worth it. A lot of training, a
Knowing
lot of
you-
materials.
Knowing you'll probably make it affordable for everybody can afford.
Yes.
I mean, Eric is one of the greatest guys I've met in my life. The most humble, the most motivated person, the most driven person I've met. And if you guys want to understand how he functions, understand what he knows, you should buy the course. What's the course going to be called? Model 1?
Yeah, the Model 1 training.
Model 1 training. One of the biggest, not the biggest, but one of the biggest, the biggest companies in Cincinnati. So we only have about approximately 10 more minutes left in this video. Did you want to say anything to the viewers that are watching us?
I just want to thank you for, being invited. I'm going to come up with some positive information for people that want to be entrepreneurships. You want several entrepreneurships going on, and you basically just want to stay motivated and try different things that you never tried before, because there's a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of money to be made. The typical 9-to-5 job is not going to put you where you need to be right now, especially in the real estate market, vehicles, and especially if you have a family, schools and different things like that, groceries, gas. You guys know basically what's all in those packages, so you definitely need to, I call it, step your game up.
What do you think the best possible outcome can be for average Joe from working 9 to 5 to do on the side? Or do anything? What do you think?
Anything with service. Service makes money. That
Okay.
means serving people. How you think Amazon got started?
It was a book company, right?
Yeah. And he started servicing people, service. Trucking. People buying their own buses and trucks. They start their own hauling businesses. So that's service. Anything in service that people need daily is where the money is at.
All right.
Like I got some people that want to start entertainment companies, nightclubs or whatever. You really ain't, that's a hit or miss business.
100%. You need marketing team behind you.
But service, everyday
But
service,
everybody needs it.
that's where it's at.
Elon made the same quote. You're only going to be valued as the service you provide for somebody. So that makes completely sense. We're coming into our podcast. One thing I forgot to ask you was, how did I know your mother's alive. Is your father still alive?
Father's not alive.
Father's not alive.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago did your father recently pass away?
No, it was 96.
Oh, 90. So he didn't see what type of man you've become?
No. Actually, my dad wasn't in my life, believe it or not.
Oh, you never seen your dad?
I seen him. He lived where I lived up in northern Ohio, but no, he wasn't in my life.
He was never in your life?
No.
So, mother, how is your mother grasping your success in life? Or the man you've become? Is
She's proud.
She's proud?
Uh-huh.
Were you able to retire your mother?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I don't know. She's retired right now.
She's retired already.
She's retired. Yeah.
You do financially aid her though, right? I mean, it's your mom.
Yeah, I help her out.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of things you are very it's all right. What do you want the title to be of the video? Interviewing 50 multi-millionaire. interviewing
You
a
know.
over 50 million net worth person. That sounds much better. No, it's all right. You don't have to disclose everything because this is in public views, right? You made what you made, and as everybody, I can guarantee that he's way more successful than anybody thinks he is, right? He's done way, he's done so many things that a lot of people can't even grasp to go up there. So I really thank you for coming to the video. This is gonna be the end of the video. I really appreciate Mr. Eric. Well, Eric, the last name was
Payne.
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 Eric Payne. Go to Google and search up Eric Payne, who he voted for in 2016. And again, thank you so much for coming to the video. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.